Hello, my friends. It's Miss Mo with Miss Mo's Vegan Kitchen. You didn't put any of this, or did you?
Mm-hmm.
So we have our noodle soup and our cilantro and Thai basil. We don't know what happened to our lemon that we just bought.
Lime.
Lime, sorry. Our lime that we just bought.
It's in the fridge somewhere.
Yeah, it's hiding in the abyss. The new fridge. Oh my gosh. Didn't soak the rice noodles long enough.
Yeah.
I usually do it about an hour. Okay. Update on Papa. He's doing really well.
He called me last night.
He called you last night?
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to him?
I was asleep.
Oh, okay. He called me.
He left me a message, but it was nothing.
Aww.
He just, like, hung up, I guess.
Yeah. So, he got switched out of the ICU. And oh shoot, we should have put on an ambiance channel. You want to change it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll just turn it off, whatever. He has all of the IVs gone. Like, I'm sorry if you're not a believer, but it's a miracle. I guess I should kind of tell you what happened.
Yeah.
So,
This is the best thing ever.
I know. So last year, I mean, I've kind of went into it a little bit, but not the whole 9, right? I kind of want to make sure he was out of the clear. That's not what it is. It's in the clear. That's funny. Before I talked about it, because it was just a little bit too much, right? And I didn't want to jinx anything. So,
I can't turn the music off. Sorry.
it's okay. I think. No, you know what? Go mute it, because when it goes off, it'll be loud. So, last year he had knee surgery. That went really well, but he bled out a lot. I'm pretty sure I've explained this part, right? So, he just wasn't well. He had his first heart attack 2 days after his surgery. He had his second heart attack 4 days after that, or 5 days?
4.
4 days after that.
Mm-hmm.
And first one was mild. Second one major. They told him that if he wasn't at the hospital, he wouldn't have made it. Can I still put on... No. I can't put on Do Not Disturb now.
No.
Let's hope nobody calls. Knock on wood. So, he was recuperating from all of that. And having to have blood transfusions, iron transfusions. and just never felt the same or well. So they were monitoring him quite closely. Thank goodness. Well, he was having trouble with his bladder. At one point, he was peeing blood. So he had a urinary tract infection. And we gave him medicine for that. But he just always seemed like he was in pain. We had a big party in November for his birthday. His birthday's in December, but we had to disguise it. So we had it in November, and there was a lot of people there. And you could just tell that he was not well. He wasn't able to stand long. He was getting dizzy. He was very... I have an itchy nose. He was very short of breath. And he even said that he just wasn't feeling right. And he was weak. So at that point, he had already been diagnosed with bowel cancer. He had 5 polyps. No, sorry, 4 polyps removed. 1 tumor was too big. And at the very bottom of his bowel, where it connects, so they were nervous to try and remove it without major surgery, because it could cause damage. So they had booked him for surgery December the 13th, I think. Yeah. And that was going to be in Lindsay Ross Memorial Hospital, which is where my mom was. Amazing hospital. The staff are fabulous. But because of his stents not being in place for 1 full year, they can move during surgery. So they had to have a special cardiologist team. No, Charlie, we're eating, honey. Good, eh? Okay. Special cardiologist team. So they tried to book him into Oshawa Hospital, and they didn't have the right team there. So then they booked him into Peterborough Hospital, because they have the team there. Well, lo and behold, they had booked him for January the 9th. My dad just wanted this over with. He was feeling so much pain. And just, like I said, my dad does not complain. So if he says that he's in pain, on a scale of 1 to 10, a 4 for him might be, like I said before, and at least a 7 or 8 for some of us, and maybe even higher than 10 for others. Huge tolerance for pain. The army man in him, right? So they called him back just after New Year's and told him that they could do it on January the 6th. And he said, let's do it. So he went in January the 6th. My brother Leonard took him in. And this was for removing the tumor in his bowel. Surgery went well. And everything looked like it was going to be great. You know, he was recovering, feeling good, hooked up to a lot of stuff, but that was because of the recovery time and helping his body just fight all of the stuff that was just going through it, right? So that was on Monday the 6th. Tuesday he was fine. We chatted on the phone Monday night. He had called me in the evening. Kevin and I talked to him. Tuesday we talked to him. And he said he was in a little bit of pain, but he was nervous that he hadn't gone to the bathroom. Excuse me. And I said, well, Dad, you just had surgery. Like, you're not eating, you know, probably normal. Just tell them that you're stressed out about it. Maybe they'll give you something to help with that. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I phoned 2 or 3 times and there was no answer. So I was super nervous because, like I said, I talk to my dad every day. Friday morning, Adrian went to the hospital because we were all freaking out that we hadn't heard anything. And he messaged me and he's like, Monica, I swear to God, Dad's dying right in front of me. And I'm like, what? And he said, I'm talking to the nurse right now. We want him in for surgery. Something is wrong. Something went wrong. It's bad. I was like, okay. I started to get dressed. He called me back again. And he said he's first in line for surgery. I was like, okay, this place is 2 hours away from me. I was freaking out. I wasn't sure how I was going to get there. I called the local cab company. It was like $280. I'm like, oh my God. I would have paid it, obviously, but Uber was $132 or something like that. So I took an Uber. I'll get there. I go to where my brother tells me he was. They say he's not here. Okay, he's got, that was on the 5th floor. So they say, oh, he's gone down to the 3rd floor. I said, okay. So I go down to the 3rd floor. I get out. I'm already in a panic, right? I don't know where I'm going. I've never been to the hospital before. So I ask where I'd find the front desk. This gentleman tells me, brings me down there. And I ask the front desk. And they ask me who I'm there for. I tell them. And she's like, oh, we don't have him. And I'm like, okay, can you find him? Okay. I have to tell them every step of the way that I'm his daughter because obviously anybody can just walk in. Right? So they tell me he's in the ICU unit. So I'm like, okay. Walk down to the end of the hall. I said, okay, well, I walk down to the end of the hall and I don't know where the hell I'm going. Straight ahead of me is to go outside. To the left of me is something that looks like it's blocked off and only for certain people to go into. To the right of me is another hallway. So I'm like, okay. And I turn around and this lady's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. I'm trying to find the ICU. She's like, it's this way. So she takes me there. Can't eat this, Bubba.
He just wants to know what's in your bowl.
I know. He takes me there. They tell me where he is. I go back to that part. And they say, we're just settling him in. Charlie's sniffing the Thai basil and cilantro. So please wait in the waiting room. I'm like, okay. So I go in the waiting room and I'm panicking. Because I still don't know what's going on as far as like how he's feeling, what's going on. Nothing really, right? So this lady comes and gets me, asks me who I'm there for. She said, okay, I'm going to tell his nurse. Okay, thank you. Excuse me while I slurp this. So comes back and she's like, okay, he's resting. And I said, okay. Has he had his surgery yet? She said yes. And I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, thank you. Because obviously from the time that I left my house to the time that I got there, it was about 2 hours, right? So he was already in and out of surgery. Thank God. I was not prepared for what I saw. They came and got me a few minutes later and said, Charlie, he's still settling in, but come on in. He's sedated. Okay. So I go in, and he's hooked up to, like, I don't know, 12 bags of stuff on poles. He's got everything. Oh my gosh, his face has the mask on it. He's got the tube down his throat. He's got a cloth on his forehead. He's got IVs going in each side. He's got all kinds of things on his chest hooked up to him. He's got stuff going in his neck. Beeping here, beeping there. Medical staff running in and out, yelling codes at each other. It was, excuse me, scary and chaotic. So, I was like, out of it. You really do just watch it and you're kind of feel like you're dreaming. So she said, just sit down, relax, you know, and we'll tell you what's going on along the way. I'm like, okay. So I'm texting everybody, let them know that I'm there. Oh my God, if he took a drink, that would be so funny.
He probably knows there's no water in it.
Yeah. So then, so that was Friday night, right? Yes. So I'm there and I thought, well, I got to talk to him and, you know, my dad really loves the news, as I told you. So I was just talking to him, telling him about that I was there and telling him about Axel's trip and telling him about the weather and my drive up there and all kinds of things just to keep his mind occupied, right? And then I don't know what time I went to bed the first night. I don't remember much. I think it was around midnight though. They had set up the quiet little room for me, which was, I want to say, maybe 5 doors down from my dad, but on the opposite side. So I wake up in the morning, I look down the hall, there's not much going on. So I go and get, I only brought a shirt, right, a clean shirt. So I could just go and wash up, change my shirt, and, I gave you guys updates along the way, so I think, like, you know, most of what happened. You're okay. I'm not going to bring you over here all the time.
He likes it.
I told you he used to do this when he was a puppy. You're fine. So, so that was Friday. So Saturday now, and the weather is horrible. Freezing rain all day. Mostly rain, but then the temperature dropped, so it went to freezing rain. And nobody could come because my brother had a bunch of stuff to do. And did Adrian come on Saturday? Oh my gosh. Whatever. No, you guys I think he came on Saturday. Adrian came on Saturday. Leonard and Darlene couldn't come on Saturday because Darlene's aunt is also passing away, so they had to go to another town called Cambridge. And then, so Saturday, he was still hooked up to all of the machines. And then Sunday, Saturday, I don't know. Anyway, okay. I don't remember all the steps of everything of how it went, which is exactly why I was vlogging while I was there, because I knew I would forget everything along the way, right? It was just way too much information to remember. And then I had doctors, nurses, surgeons, this and that coming in, telling me all of the different things that were going on and giving me, you know, diagnoses. He does bark at himself. It's hilarious.
But now he's barking at the seagulls.
Yeah. So, in the long run, it ends up that what happened with my dad was that when they removed the... Charlie, no barking! When they removed the tumor, they had to disconnect the bowel. And then that bowel died. So it's called... Shoot. I can't remember what it's called. Did I tell you what it was called?
Nope.
Okay, it's called something. I might have to look it up. So that happened. So basically his bowel was dead. And what was happening was that his body was being poisoned by all of the toxins that were going into him. And it wasn't being released. So... I wish I could remember what that's called. It's going to drive me bonkers. So... they had to... I don't know. We'll see. I might put some more stuff in it. You ate all the tofu puffs in that. That's why.
I only had like 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, then we move on to Sunday. And we've got, you know, people coming in, obviously, because now he's awake. Shh. And there's more people coming in, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. On Saturday, I also had 2 people in there praying for him. And I really do think that that's what helped turn things around, because before that, he was just gone. There was no communication with him at all to let me know that he was there, other than him just a tiny little bit of his raising his eyebrows when I said hello to him when I first got there. And then the whole white rabbit dream came. So what we found out was that he actually had E. coli from the bacteria in his body. And if he didn't get in, he had the surgery on Friday. If he had left it another day, probably wouldn't have been here. Again, escaping death. Just like his heart attacks. Jeez Louise. So
everything happens for a reason.
Yep. So from then on in, it's been, you know, just climbing. And thank God. You know, thank you for all your prayers and positive thoughts, like I say. But I can't remember how much I actually updated you on everything. So he called us again yesterday, as you heard Axel say. He called him too, but he wasn't. He was sleeping because he was tired from his flight.
I went to bed at 8:30.
Yeah. So talked to him last night. He was reading the newspaper. Like, are you serious right now? All of the tubes are out of him except the one in his neck, because that's the direct large vein. So that's his painkiller. So he does sound really drunk and funny.
Yeah.
Slurring his words. So that's kind of hilarious. But he's very aware. He knows what's going on. And he absolutely knows.
He just sounds very drunk.
Yeah, he knows that he cheated death. Just put it that way. And he knows.
Again.
Yeah. So apparently he's a cat.
9 lives.
He's on his 3rd one? No, he's on his 4th one. My dad got electrocuted years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it on his hand and his foot.
Ironically, I swear to God, that's what's helping him now, because he's got, like, electric fields in him. So on one of his fingers, you can see all the patches and the hole where the electric shock went in. He used to work at Inglis, which makes washers and dryers, and it shot him up in the air in the factory, and then the electric force, I guess, came out of his toe. So there's also a hole where the electricity came out of him. It's so freaky. Sometimes watches will, like, mess up on him because of the energy. Mm-hmm. It's really trippy. So, I'm telling you. Anyway, I'm going to phone him today. Like, I try not to phone him. I want him to call me, and then that way, you know, in case he's got company or if the doctors are with him or anything like that, I figure he'll call me when he's not busy. That's the update on Papa. Axel is home. Jason and Paul were asking if you were home. So I guess they haven't watched the videos yet today.
Who's that?
Those vegan guys in the UK.
Oh, in the UK, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm home. I'm not there anymore.
Mm-hmm. And we just made our soup. We've done our meal planning for the week. We did a little bit of the shopping. We still have to pick up a few more things if we want to actually do what we made on the list.
Yeah. But you couldn't get that over there.
No.
And we were supposed to have this for dinner, but now it's lunch. So
that means I'll probably be having salad for dinner. You know me, I love my salad.
Or the shepherd's pie.
Or the gardener's pie.
Salad greens.
No, but I can pick up some of the big carrot. So, that's it. Do you want to be in the video? Do you want to say hi to her? You just jumped when I said that. Come here. Come here, see Grandma. Look at the baby. Oh my gosh, you're such a suck. Are you happy now?
What's that?
Big baby. This dog, I'm telling you. Okay, now he's just settled. He was whining that whole time. Now he's settled.
He wanted to be in front of the camera.
You sweet boy. Look at his tongue. So, I don't know. Anything else to say?
No.
No. Karen didn't come over.
Yeah.
She was supposed to come and watch a movie, so we were waiting to have lunch, and then we ended up just making it now, which is... What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 2:43. Yikes. Okay. Well, that's it, my friends. Thank you for watching. We love you. I can say we love you now instead of I love you. Aww. My boy is home. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave a... leave a comment. That's comment. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to let you know when we make a video. Aww. Okay, my friends. Thanks for watching. Look it. Wait. What if I put Charlie up here? Look at the Charlie bear.
Charlie.
Aww. Look at you.
What's that?
Charlie, look.
Charlie.
Look at Daddy. Thanks for watching, friends. Keep smiling.